This is Shark Tank. Sam is a successful billionaire entrepreneur who became rich by taking out student loans to pay for hundreds of mortgages at a lower interest rate while she was in college. She has since scaled her student loan startup to a worldwide mortgage-paying empire. Porter made his millions by creating restroom bulletins seen in the bathrooms of universities all over the country. He now has advertisements and announcements fighting for space in his prime bulletin locations. Heather is a millionaire trust fund baby who established her empire from her father's capital. She has used daddy's money to tap into unknown markets and grow startup businesses all around the world. Heather is always looking for the next idea or product to platform. Will is a sports fanatic who made his millions by convincing investors to invest in small startup companies. Will uses that capital to bet on sports teams. He recently just hit big in the 2016 seasons of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Cubs.
Hi, my name is Allison Chug, and I am the proud owner of Existence Sliced Bread. I started the company about 6 months ago because I just love bread. We use whole grain, freshly cracked wheat. We put blueberries, poppy seeds.
Wow.
We can even put cranberries in them.
I love bread. I love bread.
It is so great. And you know what? I'm only asking for $1.2 million for 5% ownership. It's really going to hit the market really fast going. In love with my bread.
Hold on, Allison. So you're telling me you're asking $1.2 million?
Yes.
You're valuing your company at $24 million.
Yes, I am. Yes. It is. Bread is just, who doesn't love bread? I mean, Jesus broke the bread. We had a church. I mean, Mary, the saint from Israel, had bread. Everybody eats bread.
So what are your sales?
We have had about 2 million loaves sold. Yeah. Majority of that has been family and friends. I won't lie to you, but I mean, they have been marketing it out for me and networking, and I feel like you guys should really get on this before it's too late.
So does your company only do sliced bread, or do you do full loaves?
No, we only do sliced. I brought some products here to show you. So let me hand them out to you guys so you can understand how great this is.
Thank you.
I mean, it is a bit dark. I like it a little bit toastier, like my men. But it is really great. I mean, I have here like an unsliced bread. And this, just how do you eat this? You know, you don't know what end to start from. You start from the middle.
That's true.
Yeah, so I've got sliced bread. And it is just big hit. I mean, you don't make a sandwich with a whole loaf. It just doesn't happen.
Okay, so we get the sliced bread
Yes.
part of this presentation. So how much does
Well,
it cost?
I'm confused. So are we investing in bread? Or are we investing in sliced bread? Because I always have to cut my bread by hand, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
So what do you mean sliced bread?
So we slice the bread for you. We have these big, we haven't gotten them yet. That's what I need the money for. We're going to get these big machines and these loaves that are just going to go through and just slice it real good. And, you know, we can change the settings. So you can have thin slices, thick slices, brown, square. Perfect for French toast. You know, so however you guys want your bread sliced, that's what we do. That's what makes us different from Grandma Sycamores. That's what makes us different from, you know, that one with the polka dot. See, they're not memorable. Existence. That is what is going to hit the market and stay in the market.
Okay, so let me ask you, how much does it cost to make a loaf of bread?
It's only 50 cents.
And
Because
what do you sell it for?
about $3.50. So the markup is a
Good
little bit higher.
margins.
Yeah. And so your profit is going to hit you right back, especially once we get into Harmons, because Harmons just knocks the prices up even more. So you guys are getting all that return.
Are you in negotiation with Harmons currently, or?
I do have an insider. I do. My husband currently is there as a cashier, so he's pretty good with the managers.
But he's just in one Harmons though, not at the corporation or anything?
Yeah, I understand where you're going. But Sam, let me ask you this. It only takes one stone in a pond to make a ripple.
So you're telling me that I can get this $800,000 house by working at McDonald's for $10 an hour and using a student loan?
Yes, the student loan interest rates right now are 3.76% and home loans are 28%. It's only logical.
But that sounds completely ethical.
Yes, it's reviewed by the ethics board and the CPA.
All right, let's do it. Where do I sign my papers at?
So, I know you guys have a lot of questions, and I know you're a little bit iffy. $1.2 million is a lot of money. That's a lot of babysitting hours, I understand. But, we're different than this. This is a loaf of bread. Do you have kids? Do you have dogs? How much of a hassle is it to sit there and try not and crush your bread when you are cutting that knife through?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You just grab a slice, put some jam and butter on it, get out the door, feed it to your dog. It's all good. It's already sliced. Half the work is already done.
I mean, Heather, is this really a problem?
It is. In the morning when you're trying to get ready to go to work and you've got the kids, you got to make their lunches and that. Yeah, if I had sliced bread, I could just throw together a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's right.
I think
Take me 5 seconds.
the biggest problems with the toaster. I mean, you can never cut your bread thin enough to go in the toaster to where it doesn't, completely deteriorate, or it's too thick and you can't get it in.
And we completely understand that at Existence Sliced Bread. And I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I'm offering you an opportunity.
So Allison, just so I'm clear, you told us that you sell per loaf, correct?
Yeah.
It costs you 50 cents per loaf,
Yes, sir.
and you sell it for $3.50 to customers.
Yes, sir.
So you sold 2 million loaves, $7 million minus $1 million in cost.
Yes.
So in the past 6 months, you've done $6 million.
Yes, sir, we have. It's been a great year for Existence.
So let me ask you, are you doing your own financial records or do you have a CPA?
Well, that's a funny Miss Phoebe. Funny story. We used to have a bookkeeper named Larry. Larry, he never knew what he was doing.
So have you had a CPA review them?
No, we haven't. We did give them to the university, and the teacher gave us the one that was the cleanest, the one that got the top marks. So we know that they're pretty set. They're pretty good.
So
Allison.
you're telling me she wants us to invest $1.2 million on books that have been revised by the university's best student.
Allison, I've got
Not even a CPA.
I've got 3 words for you.
Yes.
Other assurance services. Now, I'm not an expert in this area, but based on what you told us, there's not much accountability in Existence Sliced Bread. And so I've got to tell you, this is, up to this point, this has been the worst presentation I have ever seen.
Let me give you 3 words, sir. Existence Sliced Bread. That's all that matters in this presentation. So I do keep care of our books now, and we use QuickBooks. I know it's not anything fancy, but like I said, we stick with the basics. Cracked wheat, QuickBooks, that's all we need.
Do you have a website or anything you use to market online?
No, not right now. I've got Grandma on that. She took a course. But we do put up really good flyers, and they're on colored paper cardstock. We hang them up at, local bars and clubs. So we're definitely reaching the market.
Let me stop right there. I got an offer. I'm not going to do the 1.2 million, but listening to them talk about how there is a need for sliced bread. I'm not much of a bread eater, but I'm surprised how much you've sold with just family and friends. So I'll make you an offer. I'll make you an offer for $500,000, but I want 30% contingent. Like Will said, we need to look into your books, and really my CPAs, they do a very good job with that, and they call it what's called agreed upon procedures. And what it is I would have you sit down along with me, along with my CPAs, and we would put together a list of things that we need to go through individually for your books. We're gonna specify the procedures that we want done, and then I'm gonna have my CPAs issue a report. I mean, I'm talking, Allison. We're gonna go through your books, and like I said, we're gonna make sure they're clean, they're well put together. But if I'm gonna put $500,000 into this, I gotta have that beforehand.
Only 500,000?
Just something to think about.
But I'm gonna
offer's on the table.
add to that, because I think what you need to do is you need to hire a CPA. Because you need to have a CPA do a compilation of your financial statements. And basically you need to get a written engagement letter from them, and it needs to state the objectives of the engagement. It needs to have the type of limitations of the services that are gonna be provided, and that they have a general understanding of your business. So that's one recommendation I make to you.
No offer though?
Not at this moment, no.
I guess the recommendation I would make to you is just do you plan on outsourcing any of your production or any of your financing or anything like that?
Not right now. We're still waiting to grow a bit more. We just don't really have the finances for it, thus the couple million that we will need to really launch it, get that existence out there.
But would you want to in the future, eventually, maybe?
Yes. Sure.
Well,
yeah.
just some advice for you in the future, if you do end up doing that, is you need to make sure that you understand how your internal controls are over in that other agency. You need to make sure that you are aware of how they're controlling your finances in that agency. So you need to have two types of reports. You need a type 1 and a type 2, okay? So the type 1 is basically a report on management's description of a service, organization systems, and the suitability of the design of controls. So basically, you just have to express an opinion about the fairness of the description of the service, basically that they're providing for you. And the type 2 is basically the auditor that you would hire to audit that company, performs the test of the operating effectiveness of the controls at the organization, which is in addition to type 1. So because you don't have an online system or anything that you're looking to outsource, I couldn't make you an offer at this moment.
Do you feel like that's really necessary
So are you
to
out,
take
Sam?
that on?
Yes, I know.
She's right, the two types of reports you need on controls at any service organization. First, type 1 with the design, and type 2 with how it performs. And Sam is exactly correct, and I think we're both out for that same reason.
So, here's what I suggest for you to do. I think you need to have your financial statements reviewed by your CPA after you hire one. And basically, you need to have them perform an analytical procedure to make inquiries in order to provide you limited assurances that your financial statements are in accordance with applicable accounting standards. The other recommendation that I would make is that they issue a formal report, and in that report, they need to have their conclusion as to the material modifications that need to be made to your financial statements so that they are in accordance with accounting standards. And if you do that, at that point, I will make you an offer. Not at 1.2, I will offer you $750,000 with a 20% stake.
I think it's very clear what needs to take place. We've talked quite a bit, and really, it's not meant to scare you. And we talk about this, but really, what we bring to the table, you can, for example, your access has been a university student. We can go find an accountant at any Big 4 firm right now to help us do this. And it's not meant to be intimidating. It's meant to make it show we're investing. Because if you're going to become a $24 million company like you're talking, your books have to be so clean, and there has to be no misstatements in whatsoever way. And really, that's what with you, with us, we'll get a CPA. We won't just get a CPA. We'll get a CPA that understands the industry. Probably we can even get it so the retail industry, the bread industry, we can get it so specific that we get a CPA that understands what kind of costs you're experiencing, what we're going through, your relationship with your customers.
So here are your two offers at this point, Allison. $750,000 for 20% with Heather, and $500,000 for 30% with Porter.
I'm sticking to my offer for now.
Before we get anywhere, because I like you, Allison, I want to be back in.
You're in.
So what I was thinking is that Heather, with all of her connections, and I could come together and make an offer for what you're asking for of $1.2 million. But I was thinking 30%,
Okay.
15% each, 600,000. So $1.2 million at 30%.
Hold on. So you're offering $1.2 million for 30% at a $4 million valuation.
Absolutely.
If you go and hire a CPA and have them compile your financial statements and have them reviewed based on what I suggested earlier, I'm willing to go in with Will and make that offer.
Allison, I'm going to up my offer, but I want to be separate. I don't want to go in with them. So my offer for you is $1 million for 25% of the company. Same valuation. They're obviously taking more equity. I'm taking a little less. I'm also giving you the $4 million valuation that they gave you, and I'm also contingent upon the same terms of the other assurance services that we need to get. And I think you understand that by now of why we need to do that. So my offer to you is $1 million for 25% of your company.
You guys drive a tough bargain, but guess I'm gonna have to call the university because I'm gonna go with Heather and Will.
Woo! Yes.
Thanks.
We're excited to do business with you, Heather.
It's a pleasure.
Congratulations.
Would you mind if I get another slice of bread?
No,
I've been waiting
of
the
course.
entire
Take a
time.
slice,
Thank
not the
you.
loaf.
Thank you.
I touched that one.
Oh.
This is the greatest thing in the world! I'm so excited to work with Will and Heather. And just like Obama and change the world, so will this bread.
We're gonna specify the procedures that we want done. We're gonna specify the procedures that we want done.
Woo! Yes.
Thanks.
You know, you just can't quite get it apart. It's not nice.
We're gonna specify the procedures that we want done.
Woo! Yes.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Allie Chug, and
Hold on a sec, was that too quick?
Do I talk fast?
No.
Just funny story. We used to have a bookkeeper named Larry, but he decided to go be in landscaping. And so I had to take over the books, and they were a bit messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
Baby, why you wanna cry? You really ought to know that I just have to walk.